Hey guys, it's Sonia here. It's 11:30, I think. Anyway, it's late. After a long day of busting my ass, I'm ready to go to bed, but I did promise you guys that I would do Vlogmas. So, I'm gonna do Vlogmas. I want to talk a little bit about the postal strike. I give you an update, but I just want to give you a little, update also on what I've been up to. So, as you know, I've been having some problems with my landlord. Yeah. And I actually called the city inspectors on myself, well, on the apartment. I kind of was thinking, I don't know, it's 50-50 whether that's going to be a really good thing that's going to help me or I'm really going to regret it because they're going to come in here and they're going to be like, oh my God, the place is so cluttered. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but anyway, it's already done. So I just figured I better just try to get the place as sorted as possible. So I want to show you, first of all, look what I did in my room. I need to vacuum the carpet, but look how nice and neat it is right now. What you don't know is that there were like at least 2 or 3 boxes here, and believe it or not, I sorted all that stuff, and like this room is fine. The inspectors aren't going to be able to say shit. What else? The kitchen. Well, the kitchen always looks kind of trashed because the floor is just like damaged. Oh, I need to replace the light. That's on my to-do list. But I mean, I have like straightened out all these cupboards. I put a lot of time and effort into this. So I think the kitchen's fine, at least on my end. Oh, the entrance. Well, please excuse the packing boxes and the recycling. But look at this cute little thing. Ah, it looks so bad with this. I'm sorry, guys. It's because I need this for like packing orders, and I just scavenged them. I got myself this shelving unit from IKEA, and look, I turned it into a pantry because there wasn't even enough room in the kitchen to store all my food, and it was down under there, which was awful. And now look, all these vintage boxes that I had up for sale. Look, I'm using them now. I've got my flower in the Five Roses tin. How cute is that? Super vintage. And then I'm going to show you the other one. I've got like a Quaker Oats tin there. And so actually I'm just loving this. I've never had a pantry before, and it's just so convenient when I want to get my food. I don't have to dig around. Everything's right there. Looks a lot better too. I guess I'm giving you the house tour. My bathroom is okay. I mean, it's not going to get much better, but whatever. I won't show you that. It's not interesting anyway. Gunner's room. For me, like, this is not bad. The thing was, I had issues with my racks caving in, so a lot of stuff had to find a new place to live. So basically, I just have this pile here that I don't even know what this is. What is this? Oh, probably for the thrift store. And this I want to get rid of. So basically in this room, this is the main thing. I need to clear that out. It's like photo albums I got after my mom passed away, plus some of my stuff and a bunch of stuff for the thrift store. Other than that, I think this room is okay. I love this. My bro gave me this, and I've been able to put my sweaters, and I put like the hottest sellers, the things I expect to sell as soon as possible. I put them in here. Then I don't even have to look for them. I got one little rack. I think that's fine. Living room. I'm not sure what you think of this living room, but to me, this is okay. I mean, it's not the way I want it to be, but it's not too bad. So the rabbits always make a mess, but I have to just keep cleaning it. This is Gunner's lair here. But I mean, they're not going to throw me out for having a teenager who makes a mess on the couch. That's not a thing. This here is all the shit that I'm supposed to mail, which I haven't been able to because the postal strike. This whole bag here, this is all full of packages in here. And then everything except for this box. This is all to mail. This is all stuff to mail. This is all stuff to mail. And that's all my packaging right there. But yeah, I can't wait to get all this stuff out of my house. But yeah, given the circumstances and like what I'm working with, I'm trying to think, like, is there something they could come in here and like really fault me for? I'm feeling a little paranoid, I guess you probably noticed. And I'm wondering, is there something that I really got to do? But I think once I get all these packages out of here and I just vacuum again and go over the kitchen once more and get rid of that pile in the bedroom, it should be okay. And of course, at the same time, I have to make sure Aaron's place is okay. But honestly, you know what? Aaron's place is fine. I mean, yes, there's mud on the floor from the wheels, but other than that, there's literally nothing in that apartment other than the maintenance work that they could fault him for. It's fine. It's just dilapidated. I think his apartment is like in better shape, housekeeping wise, than mine most of the time. I mean, there's less clutter, you know? So that's my little house tour. I I mean that's really all I can put in this video because that's all I've been doing is just busting my ass trying to sort things out as much as possible. And I'm keeping up with the news on the postal strike. So here's the latest news. Now, when I did the last video and I said, well, they ordered them to go back to work, I'm not sure if I put it that way because the fact was, no, I explained to you guys, they hadn't actually ordered them back to work. That's what they're trying to avoid because they don't want another non-confidence vote because there have been 3 already. The conservatives and the rest of them, they're constantly trying to get the liberals out. They've had 3 times where they've tried to do a non-confidence and it didn't work. Any one of those 3, and the last one was just actually like last week. So the reason it hasn't been working was I guess because of the support of the NDP. I know some people think that Jagmeet Singh is not going to do anything because he wants to stay till February to get his pension. I looked into that, and to sum it up, I don't really think that that's a thing. Because yes, he will have completed the 6 years he needs to get his pension in February or whatever month it is. But realistically, he's kind of like a political rock star. And even if they call an election, it's not like he's not going to have a seat in the House of Parliament anyway. You know, he's a career politician. He's only 45. What do you think he's going to do? Retire and like open a restaurant? I think he's just going to stay doing what he's doing, and he's going to get his pension anyway. He's only got a few months to go. I don't really think it would make any difference to him if they have an election now and then he gets a seat again and then he gets his money, or they stay a few more months and he qualifies at that time. You know, I don't really think it makes much difference. On that subject, though, I know that the Parliament did move the date for the election, which is scheduled, I think it was October 20th. They moved it to the 27th so that about 80 other members of Parliament could qualify for their pension. That's a lot of people. People said it was shady, but I mean, I kind of understand why. If you've already been sitting for 6 years, when you want them to just move the date over by 1 week so you don't have to bother with getting reelected all over again, I mean, to me, it makes sense. It's only 1 week. They've already been there 6 years. I mean, who cares, right? Move it over a week, make their life easy, let them get their pension. I'm sure if it was you, you'd want them to do that. So I don't believe that the NDP like is just sort of Justin Trudeau's lapdog at this point because Jagmeet Singh wants to get his pension. I still think that they wield some power because they are what's standing between the liberals. Like, they're what's stopping the liberals from getting basically evicted, you know. And I think that the liberals know that if they had used some other kind of law to just order the postal workers back to work, then the NDP would have for sure voted against them in the next non-confidence vote, and they would have been out. Now, people are actually, the premier of Saskatchewan was calling on Trudeau to just do the right thing and call an election now. You know, I think people want him out in general, but Trudeau doesn't want to leave. He's not ready. He's not ready to move on. So the way that they organized this issue of getting the postal workers back to work, like I told you, was they referred it to the Canadian Industrial Relations Board or Bureau, the CERB, and they appointed like a commissioner and said that they should have hearings to decide whether the negotiations are really at an impasse, and if they are, the contract will be renewed until May, meaning that the strike would be put on. They actually used the word timeout. Like, I'm thinking pause, right? But the word they used was timeout. And this offended the postal workers because they said, you're treating us like children. But anyway, that's what they'd be doing, putting it on timeout or pause until May. So what this means is that it's not over until the CERB makes a ruling on this. And what I know so far is that they had hearings over the weekend. Like, they don't wait for the weekdays. Like they literally worked through the weekend to have these hearings, I guess to get this resolved as quickly as possible. But nobody could comment. Canada Post and the union, they couldn't say what happened in there. But we do know that they did have some hearings, and I guess whatever process this was supposed to be like expedited over the weekend so they could decide if they're going to go back to work this week or not. Actually, what they were looking for was whether this could be resolved before the end of the year, so like within the next 2 weeks. Let's hope that they decide it can't, so that they send them back to work this week, because I got all those boxes in the living room and I really want to ship them out. Yeah, I'm really hoping that they are going to send them back to work. There, I said it. No, I'm not anti-worker. I'm anti the whole country being without Canada Post. I mean, they do have to sort something out. And I do understand that the union, that the workers need certain things. But I think that both parties probably being very inflexible. But the end result is it's been a month, okay? It's enough. So I do want them to go back to work. And we should know soon. Now, I've been hearing some things from people who have connections inside the Postal Service. And one of them said that her friend who's a postmaster said they're going to know on Monday. So that's tomorrow, because I'm recording this Sunday night. They're going to know on Monday. I heard from someone else that they're expecting that they'll be having to go back to work and reopen the post office either Tuesday or Wednesday. So rumor has it, but we don't really know. And if they come out of this weekend and the commissioner says, oh, let's give them a couple more weeks, I think they can sort it out. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, it's just getting really discouraging. I guess I'm just going to have to keep doing what I've been doing. But I can't wait for this to end, honestly. I can't even believe it's gone on so long. So there's the update. It's not over yet, but we should know something tomorrow. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.